Hey guys, Grassman here. Um, I'm going to mostly be talking here, and then we'll just have farming in the background. I'm going to upgrade the ship one more time quickly though, because I do have some more red stuff, so I'll upgrade it according to what it should be, what I'm supposed to do next according to those images I took. Okay, so here's the only difference. I was only able to afford one, and the next one's going to cost 600. So can't afford anything else for a while, but maybe even after the farming today. Last time we only earned 123. I don't know if that was the biggest, but no, that certainly wasn't the biggest. That was my last one, so I do know I purposely stopped the previous one, so that's okay. Hang on, I have to reload the app now. Okay, I think I fixed it. It did like a reset on my progress there. Uh-oh, Okay, it's just always starting in the wrong position now. Okay, I'm loading the game. Watch. The fuck? Oh, because it's not shooting in the center of the ship anymore. God damn it. So I have to add one more AoE then. God fucking damn it, game. You piece of shit. Why am I moving? Why am I moving? What the hell is wrong? Touch zeroing. Am I gonna stop moving now? Am I still moving? Why are none of my buttons working? Why am I moving? What the fuck is happening? Is the button alignment off? Okay, fine, if it works. My god, I'm like trying... Jesus. Fucking game. Okay, game's glitchy, but oh well. What I was going to talk about is Russia, obviously. Because, you know, I talk about, like, real things that are happening. Is it... I'm going too fast for it. Okay, game's glitchy, oh well. Anyway, what I was trying to say, so what's happening in Ukraine? So, this morning I woke up, I didn't even realize what was happening, until I walked downstairs to prepare for school, and I found out Russia had attacked Ukraine. I went to school, and, like, the only thing I heard all day was about the Russia invading Ukraine thing. It was, like, on a lot of people's minds, surprisingly, and apparently a lot of that's actually thanks to TikTok, which, I mean, I don't watch or use or support TikTok, but in this case, apparently, it's actually really helped to get, like, the word out about what's happening. So, like, I mean, one of the first things, one of the few times I can actually, like, thank TikTok for doing something good, which is, like, a really rare occurrence. But it's kind of crazy and almost very irrational as to what's actually, like, what Putin's actually doing. Because in a lot of ways it doesn't make sense. I heard someone voice the theory that, a while ago there was leaked information that Putin was sick, and if Putin's going to die, I don't know why I'm saying this first, I should probably, like, say everything in order. If Putin's gonna die, he might be doing this on purpose to make his country weaker, so his successor looks worse than him. As it looks like he was the last great leader of Russia. Everything was good while he was in charge, and his successor was terrible, and maybe that's his planning to make his legacy like that, if he's going to die. But it almost doesn't make sense, because everyone's going to realize, well, Putin's the one who invaded and crashed his economy by having everyone put the sanctions on. But, yeah, I was hearing all day about, like, the attacks while I was in schools when it was all happening. And, like, tonight around the time I, like, when I'm going to bed is going to be, like, when the attacks kick up again, when it's getting to be daytime. But I've been, like, watching the news, watching, like, my phone, watching, like, TikTok screens of other people all day. to see, like, what's going on. And I mean, like, one of the TikToks I saw was, like, what someone has said, where's NATO? And I kind of thought the same thing. Like, sure, Ukraine's not technically part of NATO, but isn't part of NATO supposed to be, like, to defend the world from, like... It's supposed to be, like, an alliance, and one of their main jobs is to defend the world from, like, nutzos like Russia causing problems in places like Ukraine. Trying to, like, invade peaceful democracies. And I'm kind of surprised no one's gone in to help yet. And, I mean, hopefully by the time you're watching this, someone's gone in to help. But, like, at this time, no country has, like, declared war or gone in to help Ukraine. They've had all their military stuff attacked, some civilian stuff. Like, 106 people have died, confirmed. And the country's kind of in chaos. Even, like, the furthest Lviv, like, the country on, like, the other side of Ukraine from Russia. Very close to, I think Poland, very close to Poland. That country was attacked. Or that city was attacked. And, like, personally, my hopes are either one of the countries goes in, and, like, goes into war, or really does something against Russia. I hope all the countries keep doing the sanctions, because they've been putting really big sanctions in. The ruble lost, like, 15%, and that was before the big sanctions, so with these big ones, it could drop, like, 45% even. It could lose almost half its value, or maybe even more than half its value, as, like, everyone cuts ties with it. So, like, it's a disaster for Russia. I don't know what they're thinking, unless, like was suggested, they're trying, like, self-sabotage. That's only a theory, though. But whatever Russia's doing, it's, like, it's completely illogical. It's going to be disastrous for their economy, disastrous for, very potentially, their military. It's helped make NATO stronger. Like, all the NATO countries kind of come back together in light of the Russia thing. So, yeah. And, like, the other thing I'm kind of hoping is that, like, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't want to happen, but that could maybe be a bit better for the greater good. Like, if a journalist gets killed, you know, we don't want journalists to die, but there are a lot of journalists there. If one of them gets killed, for whatever reason, if a journalist is killed or held capture, that could very well be a very real reason as to why a country goes into Ukraine, or in to defend Ukraine or fight Russia. But I'm really hoping someone steps in to defend Ukraine. They don't deserve this. They've been a democracy. They've been helping. They were really, really close to joining NATO. I think they're in the EU, or very close. They were very close to joining NATO, though, and, like, they wanted to. They were like, right there, but Russia wasn't letting them. Because, like, Russia's on a bunch of the councils there. Russia was stopping them from joining, and now they're invading. So Ukraine's wanted this, and NATO's kind of, like, kicked himself in the butt. Or it was the UN that was, like, stopping a National Security Council, because for whatever reason, the fucking idiots at the UN put Russia as the chair of the National Security Council. You know, the biggest fucking national security concern is the chair of the fucking council. Fucking genius. Dumbasses. And so they've not been able to have a proper national security talk about anything, or international security talk or whatever, because the chair of that thing at the UN is Russia. Which idiot made that decision? That's like if you made... Well, what was the guy's name? Osama bin Laden? That's like if you made Osama bin Laden head of the Department of Homeland Defense in the U.S. The Department of Homeland Defense's main job was kill Osama bin Laden. Why the fuck would you put him in charge? It's that stupid. It's like, it's the same thing. And now they're gonna, like, lose Ukraine. Like, what the fuck were you guys thinking? And, like, they're still only, like, sure, they're putting in, like, crippling things that are gonna destroy the Russian economy, and I wouldn't be surprised if Putin's overthrown tomorrow, even. I'd expect either, like, Putin gets overthrown, or there's massive, massive rebellions, because the ruble's already lost, like, right now, it's mainly only anti-war protesters, but the ruble has already lost 50%, and now the big sanctions are going in. This could really drop it. And it might turn from anti-war to anti-war and give us back our fucking money. Because, like, the Russian people are going to be hit so hard, they could very well, like, the tech economy in Russia is going to be hurt, all the economies in Russia is going to be hurt, and very possibly the food is going to run out. Because, like, the EU is Russia's biggest export, or import, biggest trading partner, the EU. Now that like they've been completely cut off, Russia could be in a really big bit of trouble. And like the government won't starve, but if the people start starving, if I were Putin, I'd be worried about being overthrown. And like, of course, you can't really do much against your own people, because if you have to call your military to fight your own people, now you're fighting Ukraine and your own people, and I mean that's just going to make you look worse. And that would even give countries like their very justification for going in was human rights. Like, it's really Russia's justification for going in was like could very well be a justification for going into the Uyghurs in China or into Russia itself for human rights violations. But it's a fucking mess. I don't know, like, no one there seems to be thinking straight. The point of Putin might be trying to self-sabotage almost seems right because of how stupid this is, and it makes no sense. Like, he's got nothing going for him. Like, Putin's destroying his economy. He's destroyed his entire economy for Ukraine. It makes no sense. And, like, he's pulled NATO... He's destroyed his economy, pulled NATO back together. He's very possibly going to get Sweden and Finland and a bunch of the other countries in the area to join NATO. Like, they weren't... Sweden and Finland aren't in NATO, but they may very well join after this because they see what's going to happen. And, if they're seeing what's happening in Ukraine, they don't want to be attacked themselves. They might just join because of this. So they've pulled NATO back together, possibly made them stronger, destroyed their own economy, pissed off their own people, all for Ukraine, who doesn't even fucking want to be there in the first place. Like, Ukraine is still fighting back. They are fighting a war on every front. They're fighting against a peaceful enemy for no reason, destroying their economy, angering the people, strengthening their enemies. They have nothing going for them. What are they doing? Like, is there any actual reason they're doing anything? Like, unless they're trying to, like, provoke the West to do something first so that they have, like, reason to annihilate the planet with nukes. I don't know what the fuck Russia's doing. Makes absolutely no sense. And now they're just, like, moving in on Ukraine. They rolled their, like, military stuff through the borders today. Like, but I don't know, is tomorrow the Russian citizens, like, it's getting late here. Russia's, like, in the next couple of time zones. Like, here, it's probably already getting to be morning in Russia. Let me see, the other side of the world's, like, Africa-ish? So it'd be 5 a.m., like, there? Yeah, no, so not even. In Russia, it's, like, morning right now. Even in the further parts, it's more... In, like, central Russia, it's morning. In Moscow, it's probably, like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 a.m.? Like, you think Putin's gonna wake up and realize, what the fuck have I done? Or, like, are the people waking up to just go protest? Because, like, sure, Putin himself might not be hurt that much, but the people are gonna be hurt, and then Putin's gonna be hurt once the people are hurt, because they're gonna want him out. Sorry, hang on, I'm distracted. Interesting. Sorry, something completely irrelevant to what I was talking about just distracted me for a moment. Like a squirrel. But it makes no sense. I don't understand what Russia's goal is here. They haven't even taken out the Ukrainian, like telecoms or communications or anything. Like, they have their own state-controlled disinformation, but, like, TikTok is still rampant across Russia. TikTok is showing what Russia's really doing. You're getting, like, the real news from, like, the actual news outlets, CNN, MSNBC, CTV, independent journalism. You're getting all that across TikTok and, like, other social media sites. You're getting that stuff. You're getting video of what's actually happening. Again, like, TikTok's... Like, again, I have to give credit to TikTok. They've been, like, the biggest spreader of what's happening in Ukraine right now. It's where, like, I think where everyone at my school learned everything from, because I don't think they don't watch, like, I don't think that many people watch news, but, like, everyone knew what's going on. Like, even when my teachers walked in and, like, he immediately started talking about, like, Ukraine before he started teaching the actual, like, class. And he didn't even teach the class. He, like, gave us some work, and then he was on his computer the whole time. I can only presume there was, like... looking up more stuff about the Russia thing. While that was happening, like, half the class I spent, like, looking up news stuff about Russia. About, Ukraine. Leave your own comments about what the fuck you think Putin's planning to do here. What do you think his plan is? Is there any logic behind what he thinks is going to happen? Well, leave your ideas in the comments. Maybe we can find a reason why Putin's doing this. Another possibility is he's just mentally ill, similar to Trump. Like, Trump's lost his mind. Trump is mentally ill. I mean, he gets along with Putin so well, I wouldn't be surprised if Putin might have the same sort of thing. Because, like, Trump, he was like going downhill from the start of his presidency, especially near the end. He lost it. I don't know at what point Putin lost it, because he doesn't do nearly as much media stuff as Trump, not even close. But it's another possibility. Putin just lost his mind and wanted to do this. But yeah, one of my friends said he wasn't in the couldn't be in the G7. He couldn't have power. He couldn't be in the G7. He couldn't have, like, the power. He got kicked out of everything, like sanctions and whatnot. All the democracies hated him. Like, he felt powerless, and so maybe he's trying to do one last thing of, like, force to show he's to try and be the last good leader of Russia, and then, you know, he'll sabotage everything else. It's like what happened in Venezuela. They had a leader who was great. Oil prices were high. Then he died, and like a month later, oil prices dropped in. The value of oil dropped in half, and so the country went into sort of a recession, and the new leader didn't know what he was doing. And like whoever the leader is now, don't know his name. Maduro, leader of Venezuela, I think. Maybe not anymore, but at least at the time he was. When their country kind of went into chaos, he, like, lost control of the economy, lost control of everything. And, like, that was a recession that was accidental, but if Putin's trying to do that kind of thing on purpose, to make everyone that comes after him look weak and incapable, I mean, at least it would, like, show Russia's, like, not, at least it would, like, prevent Russia from being a threat anymore. And, like, it would, like, you know, if you economically destroy Russia, they're not going to be a threat anymore. The only main thing is, like, if Putin doesn't care about the economic destruction and fights off, like, any sort of dissent against him, then he's, like, if he's just pushing through with the military and he just doesn't care that people are starving, how far can you go before, like, everyone starves? How far can you go before the people just refuse to work, the military refuses? Like, does the military ever refuse? Or just the people just refuse for so long? Like, what happens there? If the people just refuse to work for long enough, I don't know what happens in that case. Like, the country shuts down, but, like, I guess if the military is still going, do they run out of military eventually? I guess, once enough people die, and if more just refuse to be recruited. The country would just have, like, it would have no workers, too. If everyone just stopped, they'd be... Like, if if all their civilians die, they can't just, like, it really just can't go on. They just run out of people. Anyway, my hope is, like, some country joins in, and then that brings the rest of them in. Because, you know, if the US joins, that's enough. If Poland or Germany decide to join, that's gonna, like, probably bring in the rest of the EU. Or, like, the rest of NATO, even, maybe. But I'm hoping some country joins and goes, and, like, defends goes to war with Russia, or at least defends Ukraine. Or, you know, someone gets attacked, even if it has to be a journalist, someone gets attacked and that causes the country to go in. But, I mean, I'm like, stuck to the news stuff. Like, this video is already late, that's just because I've been, like, watching the news ever since I got home from school. I've had no time. Anyway, we're out of time, we're not even close to being done with this. I think I'm gonna end it here, because I am, like, 135, that's pretty good. Maybe we'll get one more just so I can, like, get the 135, actually, because you have to lose one if you retire. I could, like, maybe move over a slight bit. I can just start, like, missing all my shots. No, not quite. This will work, yeah. And then I can claim the 135. Nice. Okay, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think Putin's motivations are, because it makes absolutely no sense to me what's going on. And I'll see you next time, where hopefully next time I'll be able to report that some country is joined in the war, and not the world is ending. Yeah. Well, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I'm trying to think of something else to say. I don't. That was the outro. I don't know why I have to say something else. Bye.